Okay then, for this next video we're going to have a look at Mega Deal or No Deal. This is the machine that I'll be using for this video, but on a wider note it's intended to demonstrate more how conceptually on these older Deal or No Deal machines the cashpots were a free win. The cashpots were basically paid for up front. When the cashpots aren't full, and they are on this one, because if you remember my autoplay video from a couple of weeks ago, I used autoplay to get all the cashpots full on this. But when the cashpots aren't full, they climb really quite slowly, particularly on the lower stakes of 25p and 50p. And in essence, what happens is a small percentage of your stake is going towards the cashpot. So on a 25p spin, maybe 23p or 24p of your spin will go towards your actual current game, and that 1 or 2p extra, or rather 1 or 2p of that 25p spin, will go into the cashpot, and you'll see it incrementing. On 25p a go, I think it's 5p at a time it climbs up by. Climbs up faster on 50p and faster on a quid again, but theoretically they're all working the same way in that you're kind of putting some of your stake towards a future cashpot, whether you want to or not. Now, the significant thing about that is that when you come to take the cashpot out, it is effectively a free win. The machine does not consider that it's paid anything out because that's already paid for. As such, the happiness level of the machine is not affected. So you can quickly see why that is significant, because if you can get £70 out as a free win, the machine should still then be as happy as it was before that. And bearing in mind that it must be at least happy to put you on the deal or no deal game to get the cashpot out in the first place, you should then be able to get back on the deal or no deal game to hopefully get a big box or a big offer, be it 70 quid or, maybe a combined offer on Mega Deal or whatever it may be. And the other thing with these machines is, and Megadond was not the only one that did this, it maintained the cashpots independently for each stake. So if you go through here on 25p a go, the cashpot's on 70 quid. Same on 50p, 70 quid. And on a pound, it's on 70 quid. It took well over £2,000 to get all these cashpots maxed out in autoplay. So wouldn't have done it myself. But that's the situation that we're in. And this is a bit of a dream scenario. You wouldn't really expect to find one with all 3 cashpots maxed out in the wild. But then again, I think I remember finding a DOND gold in a pub here that had the 50p and the £1 cashpots maxed out. Was able to take both of those out. That's 140 quid. It was still dealing. Got a £70 box, maybe a little bit spawny. So there you go. That's 210 quid out, of which only, £70 is what the machine thought it was paying. So what we're doing here is we're going to try and take all 3 cashpots out. And I guess the demonstration here, if you will be to how you can see that a machine can pay out 210 quid and yet be absolutely as happy as when I put my first pound in here, and will still be happy to give me maybe a £40 cash stack or a £70 box or something like that. The total take here should be something in the region of £250. Now, the way I played these, and this may have been wrong, was I used to get them deal or no deal game happy on each of the stakes that I wanted to take the cashpot out on. So on that DOND gold, I just made sure it was offering the deal or no deal game on 50p and a quid. Went down to 50p, took out the cashpot, up to a pound, took out the cashpot because the game was still there, and then took my final big box. On this, we're going to do it on all 3 stakes. And that's the idea here. So and that may be wrong. I'm not sure if that was the perfect way to play it, and this may not be the perfect way to play it that I'm going to demonstrate here. As ever, I'm not presenting myself as some kind of DOND maestro here, or, master of the DOND. And you have to be careful how you said that. I'm very close to master of the dong. I'm not master of the dong, but I'm not master of the DOND either. So we'll just... I'll go in with what I've got, which is my very, very... Oh, my God! My very, very limited skill set. So, straight away, that's brilliant. Skill stop straight away. Now, that would have probably gone all the way, I think, to Mega Deal or No Deal. But we're actually in the sweet spot here, which is super deal or no deal, because once we play the game, if it isn't cashpot in the box, we want to bin the game off with the smallest amount possible. We don't want to end up with a £20 box or an £8 box that repeats or something like that, because we want the game to come back as quickly as possible. You know, if we take 20 quid off the game, it's probably going to then take us, £15-20 back in to get the game to come back. And what we want to keep doing is getting to play the game as many times as possible, because what's in the box, again, on these older DONDs, the newer ones are far more weighted, but on these older DONDs, the contents of the box were kind of semi-random. So it was a question of playing the game a lot of times until it put what you wanted in your box. Now, the reason that super deal or no deal is the sweet spot for that is you can work out early on what it isn't going to be from the two panels. Oh dear, you have to be slightly careful because I'm waffling too much. So you can deal away from a big box. Mega deal or no deal is no good because it adds both the offers together. So that's obviously never going to be great, because it's very easy for it to stiff you with a large amount then. And deal or no deal because you can't use the eliminations to work out what's in your box. So let's just play deal or no deal here and see what's in the box. Cashpot would be very nice. £3. Okay, so we're obviously going to no deal all the way down there because £3 is great. I mean, I'm very unlikely to get offered less than £3. Oh! And you've got to watch out for that as well. When the cash pot's full, it can do that. Well, look at that. We'll have a cash pot, please, Noel. That one came easy. You do have to keep an eye out for that. When you're no dealing down with a full cash pot, it does like to do it. I think, was it just Megadon that did this? But sometimes it'll just offer you the cash pot. And that was very nice. Repeat? No. Well, that one came easy, didn't it? Even though it wasn't in the box, it did give me the offer, and that, yeah, they can do that. It's always something you've got to watch out for. So yeah, that's very nice. Now, the other thing that you'll see here is that I've taken the mirror off the box so we can see what's in the box. So you might be thinking, well, come on, Degsy, old chap, that's cheating. You're not doing the video properly if you can see what's in your box. Well, make no mistake, the best players, the pro players, they knew what was in their box. They could read all of their boxes all the time. So to them, to a pro player stood in front of this machine, that's effectively what the box looked like, because he could see just by looking at the reel, catching it in certain light, looking at the markings and the nibs on the reel, he would know, even with the mirror in front of it, that was a £3 box. I did see a video on YouTube a few years ago. It was a few guys sat in the pub. I think they were all players, and they were watching somebody play a deal or no deal fruit machine on the other side of the pub, maybe, I don't know, 15 feet away, whatever. And he got the deal or no deal game, and the reel span and the mirror came over as it does. And the guy who was sat at the table watching from the other side of the pub just looked at his mate and said, £4 box. And true enough, when the guy no dealed down all the way down to see what was in box, it was £4. And this guy, this player, could see that from the other side of the pub. So this is not really cheating. It's cheating by my standards, because I was always a bit crap at reading boxes. But from a pro player perspective, this is kind of what their box looked like, because they knew what was in there. Now, theoretically, this machine should have nudges there. I don't actually want to nudge. I don't really want to nudge numbers off the reel in case I get... Oh, just in case, as I was saying, just in case I get a spin. Well, if I get another spin, I can get super deal or no deal. And yeah, so the happiness... Oh, there we are. The happiness of this machine should be completely unaffected. Even though we've just got 70 quid in the bank, it's free because it's a cash pot. So we've got super deal or no deal, which again, that's the sweet spot. We don't want that one really, and we don't want that one. So that's perfect. Let's have a cash pot box. £2. £2. Now, keep an eye out, though, again, for that cash pot offer. No. So we've got to keep an eye out. No. I wonder how the banker will react. So we're happy enough to deal down to £2. It might be a little bit of an arse about it. and repeat a couple of times. That is a little bit annoying because kind of whatever we get off this now, it sort of costs this now for it to come back. So it depends whereabouts it's at, but you know, if you take a £10 box off the Deal or No Deal game, you can well be, you know, £10, £12 back in for the game to come back. It depends where it's up to in you know, how sort of over the top Deal or No Deal game happy it is. So, I mean, there's no reason there not to just take the Super Deal or No Deal. Because of that randomness of what it can put in the box, we just want to keep playing the game, and eventually it's going to put the Cashpot in there. So we're going to play the game. Cashpot, please! £15. Now we've got to be slightly careful here. So I could take it. No, it's a £13 offer because it's obviously going to give me the biggest one. So I've got to try and deal away from this as soon as I can. That's going to be quite a big offer. I need it to knock out the £70 shit. See what I've just not had chance to do. Right, that might be okay. Yeah, that's going to be less than 15 quid. Well, the problem is if it knocks out the pound and leaves, yeah, you know what? I'm going to deal on the tenner there. It's not ideal, but it's better than dealing down to 15 quid. Please don't repeat. So we've now got stiffed for 20 quid. Now that you would expect that to knock it back, and unless it was really quite happy, it's now going to take a few quid for that feature to come back, for that Deal or No Deal feature to come back. That was slightly unfortunate there. I'm not entirely sure how I could have avoided that. I just didn't seem to have an option there. I think I took the lowest deal offer I possibly could. Okay, get some numbers down with the nudges, but I think we're going to be looking at a few dead boards here until that Deal or No Deal feature comes back. That is one of the risks when there's a mid-sized box, as there was there. Those sort of 10, 15, £20 boxes, and you just don't get a chance to deal away from them. Which, unless I'm mistaken there, I didn't have chance to do. Even with knowing what was in the box, I don't really see that I had a chance to deal away from it there. Well, that's quite good. It's come back. Oh! Crikey. That only took, well, 6 or 7 quid for it to come back. That's quite handy, right? We're not going to fuck about. We're just going to play that straight away, and hopefully we'll get the Cashpot. £6. Right, okay. Well, I might just have to deal down to the 6 quid here. Oh, I've got to keep an eye out for that Cashpot offer. I was taking my eye off the ball there. I hope I didn't just miss one. I'm not seeing... Okay. Okay, I could actually kill that there with a £3 deal, couldn't I? Please don't repeat. That's fine. So that should come back fairly sharpish. It should still now. If it was happy to deal before that £3 box, it should be happy to deal pretty much the next board after. I would expect, or pretty close to it anyway. These older DONs were fairer, I think, in a lot of ways than the more modern DONs. Not only was the Deal or No Deal game good at coming back on the modern ones, and not that I've had a huge amount of experience with this, but from the chat at places like Jackpotty and whatnot, you can take a Deal or No Deal game, only get, you know, 3, 4. Oh, hold on then. You can only get like 3 or 4 quid off it, and then the game will go away for like 20 quid for absolutely no reason whatsoever. And the other thing with these older DONs is, as I say, what it puts in the box is at least semi-random. So there's always a chance that it'll put the big boxes in, even when, you know, it's only maybe £10, £15 happy on the stacks. Whereas the modern ones, the game is far, far more weighted. And the value of your box and the offers is almost inextricably linked to the value of the main game. So you're never really going to get ahead by playing the Deal or No Deal game on the more modern ones. Oh shit, I need to... He's quite in pain, Noel. Chill your boots, man. What in there? Hey, press a button, will you? Press a button. Right, fine. We'll play Deal or No Deal. Oh, 10p. That's not the Noel I remember from Swap Shop. He was a nice chap on Swap Shop, was Noel. Going back a bit there, if you can remember Swap Shop, yeah, as I say, you are of a you're of a certain age. So we'll deal this down to 10p, which is obviously going to then boost up to a quid, and yeah, that might repeat 2, 3, 4 times. That's no biggie. Oh shit! You know what? I hope I didn't just miss a cashpot offer then. I was just too busy gabbing. Okay, sorry if I did miss a cash. I don't think I did, but it's possible because I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have done. Come on, come on, stop repeating on that, will you? Nobody wants. And when they're programming these things, you know, who wants a £1 repeat chance on a £70 jackpot fruit machine? And to have it actually repeat, I think, is almost more offensive than getting a £1 plus repeat chance in the first place. It's, you know, we had better than that in 1990 when I was at the pub and it was like £2.40 plus repeat chance. At a time when that was the cash jackpot, that was exciting. £1 plus repeat chance, nobody wants that. Come on, let's get back on. It should still be boarding and it should still be gaming, really. Let's see, try what have we got? Red feature, no. No. Yeah, we'll have that off nudges, I think. Okay. Oh dear. Well, that seems rather harsh. After getting the first one out so easily, he's holding on to the second one a bit more, isn't he? Oh bollocks, I didn't hold it. Oh, Noel there. Right, we'll hold that one. I should have held out the 2 last time. Not that it really matters, because it could have just not given the repeat first time, I suppose. Come on, this should be coming back. Not really had a huge amount. Oh, well, this is moderately annoying. Not quite sure why it's decided to do this. Because it was still boarding after the £10 plus repeat. I mean, it was the £10 plus repeat that I was expecting to knock it back. Skill trail. All right. Okay. How far's that going to go? Oh, yeah, that could have been better, couldn't it? Shall we risk a gamble on that? Oh, there we are. Now, if I go skill stop and get spin, I can get up to super deal or no deal off that account. So where's skill stop? Come on. There. And now if I land on spin, there we are. And that should be super deal or no deal. That's fine. We don't need to go any further. We're just going to play deal or no deal. Let's have a cashpot box. A penny right now. I am going to watch the 2 panels this time just to see if it flashes cashpot at me. No. No deal. No deal. So it's £1 plus repeat chance again, basically. Open the box, please. Oh. Incredible run of bad luck. Stop repeating on £1. Oh, God, stop it. How do you feel? Slightly irritated, to be honest, since you're asking, Noel. That's a fine hairdo. I mean, let's be honest, they knew how to do hair in the 80s. Was this 70s or 80s swap shop? It's getting on a bit. Either way, that was a time when a chap knew how to wear his hair, because that's magnificent. Deal or no deal? Okay, multi-ad's okay because it can give you some little segments on the trail there. Go on, one more. No. Oh, that'll do. Let's play deal or no deal. Cashpot box, please. Let's just keep eyeing those panels, though, remember. No. Yes, I know that, Noel. I'm aware of that. Now, what we obviously don't want to see here is it doing any stupid repeats on the £3 box. In fact, I'm going to deal there because that's £2 plus repeat, isn't it? That's fine. So I would expect that to come back and come back pretty quickly. Without too much faffing about. Oh, not quite. Oh, there we are. And okay, Soup hold would get me numbers, I suppose. I don't think it'll add the 1 again, though, will it? Well, we'll find... Oh, I didn't actually mean to do... Oh, no, we'll have nudges, actually. Okay, I'll risk a lower. There we are. That'll do the trick, won't it? There's probably a slightly better way of doing that, but we've got there in the end. We've got our super deal or no deal, which we will take for Cashpot. Oh, yes! Thank you very much, Noel. In a far better mood now. There we are. Just check, of course. I guess it would be worth keeping an eye on the panel, because if you deal the Cashpot, you get a repeat chance on it.
No deal.
Looking very good for the Cashpot, yes. Well, that played a little bit harder to get, but thank you very much. So that's good. We've got 2 of the 3 Cashpots out. And even though it's now paid out, well, actually more than 140 quid, isn't it? Because we've had quite a few forced wins. In fact, we can see because I've not collected anything yet. So there you go. This is now a machine that's got £175 in the bank. And yet when we go up to £1 to go, it should not only be happy to board, it should be happy to give us the deal or no deal game. Because it was deal or no deal happy on all stakes before I started. Which, as I say, that was what I would do in the wild. I would get it deal or no dealing on both of the stakes that I was intending to try and get the cash pot out of. Shall we risk one? Okay. Oh, £40 stack. But we don't... The problem is if it goes for a straight jackpot, the next... Because none of these wins here are free, of course. The 40 quid, or if it, God forbid, it climbs to 70 quid, and I think it auto collects on 70 quid, that's not going to be... Oh, dear. That's not going to be a free win. Oh! Oh, my God, what did I press? Oh, God, I panicked and pressed the wrong button. We can... we can get super... I think I pressed one of the emulator shortcuts there. There we are. Right, okay. Lost sight of Noel then for a minute. How terrifying. Right, well, let's play deal or no deal. And if... Give us the cash pot, Noel. Go on, go on, go on. One more. Oh, a penny! All right. Now, again, watch the panels. Watch the panels for those cash pots. Because it can do it, as we saw on the 25p. No. We're fine to deal down to £1 plus repeat chance. That's no biggie. The one thing I do like about the £1 stake is that's a fair, reasonable offer, isn't it? 39 quid. But that was the other thing, of course, that these older deal or no deals did, was they gave you fair offers. You know, they actually, what you were offered was representative of like the midpoint between your boxes. I mean, one example is if you look at that Don Next Level video of me in the pub a few weeks ago, I had, I think, £150 box, and the offer was 55 quid, which is nonsensical. Whereas one of these on, if you had the old DOND model on a £100 jackpot, that would have been a £75 offer because it's equidistant between the two boxes. But they are far more weighted and far more compensated. I mean, the one thing really that these old deal or no deals had going for them was their kind of fair deal or no deal game, and their ability to put... Now, I deliberately only held one reel there because I don't want mega deal or no deal. You know, their ability to put decent values in the box at any time and bring the game back properly and all that sort of thing. Cash pot, £10. Now we've got to be slightly careful. So if at any point the highest offer is under a tenner, I will take it. But with the 70 and the cash pot still being there on both sides, it seems unlikely. So this is going to be quite a... Oh! Oh! Can we see that? Cash pot. Cash pot. Yes, we'll have that. Thank you very much. We'll have the cash pot. There we are. Oh, that's a big bank. That's a pleasing bank. We'll like the look of that, won't we? Oh, my word. Splendid stuff. Get in my belly. Oh, look at that. Auto collect. Let's have it out. Thank you very much. Cough up, Noel. Me. Right. Don't know why I was just clicking on Noel's nose. That's slightly odd, really. Not to worry. He doesn't mind. He's just a low quality JPEG. He's not being violated in any way. No repeat. Now, okay. So that's that done. Now we go for the final piece of the puzzle, which should be that this thing should still be deal or no deal game happy. And it should be, you know, like £40 stack happy. But I guess at this point, you wouldn't want to be faffing about too much. It's just about a last little grab, I suppose, of whatever you can get. And then get away from the machine. So there's deal or no deal. Now this is capable of putting... Well, if I risk a gamble there... Should I risk a gamble for super deal or no deal? I don't suppose... Go on. There we are. Although in a way, I would actually want... I mean, I would want mega deal or no deal now, wouldn't I? Because I do... Oh! Do we risk... Do we risk one more spin? Let's risk a spin. I'd love to get a mega streak. Oh! Hold! Right, mega deal or no deal. Right, now, that adds them both together to the maximum value of a jackpot. Let's play mega deal or no deal. £70 box would be hilarious. 35 quid? Okay, so £35 box, but let's see what we can do with the offers here. If it just keeps those £70 boxes there for a while... Oh dear. I can't... No, it's not going to be great, I don't think, is it? No, it's done these in a bit of an annoying way, to be honest with you. Shit. It's going to be a £35 box here, that's it. I don't think there's any way around that. Even that is 30... Right, that was a really, really nasty series of eliminations there. It did that about as tightly as it possibly could, I think, to steer it towards 35 quid. But that's not bad for... You know, it's... Okay, it's fine. I could have collected the £40 cash stack, so maybe a £5 down. But I think it was worth a punt there on a mega deal or no deal game to try and get... to try and get a combined offer of maybe, you know, 45, 50, 55 quid, something like that. And there's always a possibility if you get a decent number of reds left as it's no dealing down that can happen. So that represents, I think you will agree, a fairly handsome profit. And it kind of demonstrates what the point of this video was that those cash pots on these earlier DONDs are completely free. When they are taken out, they do not affect the state of play of the machine at all. And there are quite a few that you can do them on. Don Gold, Don the Banker Rings twice. There's quite a few others. The only slightly sort of tiresome bit, or what used to be the tiresome bit in the emulator, is getting them filled up, but you can let autoplay take the strain on that one. If you go over to Reggie's Desert Island Fruit site, I did upload this layout with the RAM and GAM files where all the cash pots were maxed out. So you can download this layout with all the cash pots at 70 quid from Desert Island Fruits and have a go at it yourself. It's quite good fun. And from memory, I think it was the version of the layout where I'd taken the mirror out as well, so you'll be able to see what is in the box too. Which, as I say, I think I just see that as leveling the playing field, because the pros didn't have a mirror on their box reel by all of it. Effectively, they could see what was in their box. So what are the stats on that? A handsome profit of £229. So obviously you would walk away very, very happy with a payout of 540% and a 229 profit. Now, I wouldn't do this in the wild, but shall we just have one more board? So we'll put a £5 in. That's got to be on, surely. Surely that's got to be on. We're going to get a deal or no deal. So what I'll do, I'll take it to a question mark, and then I'll just give it a deal or bust. It's not cash or bust on this thing. It's deal or bust. Do you want to shoot a mega streak for me? No. Press transfer for extra red cash. I'm sure I'm on a hide into... Oh, 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 oh! We could play Deal or No Deal. One more spin. Deal or Bust will be Super Deal or No Deal. Fantastic, we can carry on. Oh, I should have actually just swum there, I think. Right, okay, we're obviously we're going to Deal or No Deal, Super Deal or No Deal off the Cash or Bust, or Deal or Bust rather. Let's see, could it be a big box? No, it couldn't. 50p. So we just want to get out of there while that £70 box is still on one of the sides for a decent offer. Is it going to... Oh, it's probably going to be a deal on the left-hand side, I think. No, that's really bad. That's a really shit offer. £10. We'll take a straight £10 offer there. Well, that's another fiver profit, isn't it? So that'll just increase my profit, I think, to 234 quid. So there you are. That is Mega Deal or No Deal. All 3 cash pots taken out in a single session for a profit of £234. Noel's going to go off and have a little cry to himself now. He's not very happy about that. Let's cover his modesty there. And do you remember Swap Shop? They're bloody shite, the 80s, weren't they? Honestly. Right, anyway, hope you've enjoyed that video. Thank you very much for watching and would like to see you next time. But that's it for now. Goodbye.